WBUR Podcast, Boston.
This is Up Next. I'm Tiziana Dearing. For 2 decades, John Lamb graced the Boston Ballet stage, much of it as a principal dancer. Today, he's working with the next generation of dancers to help them achieve their dreams. Those in Boston can see that work in action this Friday and Saturday when his nonprofit Lamb Dance Works hosts its spring showcase at the city's Emerson Paramount Center. John is here to tell us more. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
Wonderful to have you. And we talked to you when you retired from the Boston Ballet. It's been 2 years.
Yes.
You signaled then that this chapter of a nonprofit dance company was on the horizon. Through all of that, through the teaching, through building this company, what have you learned in the last 2 years?
I learned that it's hard to build a nonprofit dance company in Boston, but being a professor at Boston Conservatory at Berkeley, I love the work that I do to give back in the educational realm, but I needed to do more. So building a nonprofit, my own dance company here in Boston, bringing choreographers from around the world and dancers around the world here is really important to me.
So this is the second set of performances for Lamb Dance Works. And I went back and watched some of the video from the first, and I went back and listened to our conversation from 2 years ago. And you talked a lot about when people did or didn't pull you forward. And I wonder how much of this effort is about pulling forward young people that you think could be you.
Absolutely. I mean, I believe in giving back and making sure that that circle is complete. You know, I had this incredible career that I've had, and I think it's a responsibility of me to try to give those same pathways, those opportunities for these rising artists that might not have a place to go and figure out if that's what they want to do.
You were the child of Vietnamese immigrants. You go off on your own to Canada at 15, right, to study. And then the only company you ever worked for before Lamb Dance Works was the Boston Ballet. When you look at the young talent learning and dancing in Boston today, what is either easier or harder about their journey and the journey you're helping them through than the one 15-year-old John Lamb was launching all those years ago?
I think the number one thing that I see now as a professor and a founder, artistic director of a nonprofit is that there's not a lot of jobs out there for dance. I think that everybody leaves Massachusetts. They go to different states to try to find dance as their vocation, as their work. And I want to change that narrative. I want to have Boston to be a hub where artists are staying because they're able to have work and to work with brilliant choreographers. I think that the landscape of dance in Boston is not as diverse as I would want. I want to put my own vision in what I believe what dance can be.
So if I'm in the audience this weekend at the Emerson Paramount Center, tell me what I'll experience.
You'll experience 6 incredible pieces, 3 that are Boston premieres, and then 3 commissioned works I'm very, very proud of. One of them is danced by my top dancers at the Boston Conservatory. The second one is a commissioned work of my former student, and I'm commissioning her first piece. So again, it goes back to giving back, where it's giving the legs for choreographers as well, you know, not just dancers. And lastly, a work from choreographer Yuri Yanowski, who's also the artistic curator at Ballet RI.
And danced with you at the Boston Ballet.
And also danced with me at Boston Ballet. And this is a piece that I'll be dancing, and it's called Subject 41, where we bring a live singer on stage with me. So I'm really trying to be a bit edgy in terms of how I collaborate, choose the different collaborators, and to make it intimate and special for those who come on Friday night at 7 p.m. or Saturday at 1 p.m.
John Lamb is founder and artistic director of the nonprofit Lamb Dance Works. John, thank you.
Thank you.